Welcome to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Join us to listen to the stories, voices and secrets that make our community so special. Together we will dive into the stories of the people who call Hattersley their home. From the wisdom of our older generation to the young voices of our future, we will cover a variety of topics, giving everyone the chance to voice their opinions on the things that matter most to them. So if it's dog dirt in the back alley, dodgy Christmas trees, or even inappropriate graffiti, we want to hear it, warts and all. So whether you're a lifelong Hattersley resident or new to the area, we invite you to join us on this journey through the heart of our beloved community. We'll explore the vibrant tapestry of Mottram, Longdendale and Hattersley, from its history to its ever-changing present and the bright future that lies ahead. But hey, if you're not from Hattersley, that's okay too. We'll hope you'll find inspiration in our stories and maybe discover a sense of community that extends beyond our own town's borders. And maybe, who knows, you might even move around here as well. Follow us on our socials to stay up to date with the latest episodes and behind the scenes content. So if you have a story to tell, if you've got views on any of our content or even a joke you want to share, then drop us a voice note on 07365 223 720. That's 07365 223 720. Turn on, tune in, and rip the knob off to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast.
"14 years ago next month, like a band of refugees, we came to live in the country, midst the flowers and the trees. Not certain if we'd like it, not sure we'd want to stay. We lived so long in Manchester, and this was miles away. The scenery was beautiful, the air so fresh and clean. The hills looked like a patchwork quilt, all different shades of green. But our houses were our pride and joy, and every one brand new. Held things we'd only ever dreamed of, like a bathroom and an inside loo. Hot water for the taking, till now we'd used a kettle. Electric plugs in every room, oh God, please help us to settle. We've a garden front and rear, and a garage for the car. Now suddenly we realise how fortunate we are. It's taken 14 years, but time has truly taught us. Hattersley was the perfect place to raise our sons and daughters.
Welcome to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. That was a poem called Reflections by Mavis, written in 1977 and recited by Roy Page, who featured on episode 2. From Salford to Hattersley, a poet's journey through change. If you want to hear more of poetry and a bit more about Roy, get on episode 2, folks. So today, we're shining a light on one of the fantastic initiatives in our community. We're joined by Lesley from Hattersley Community Big Garden Project. Before we dive into today's episode, I'd like to apologise for the delay in releasing this podcast. It was recorded back in late July and we've been really busy here at Hats Chats. Beryl's been in Ibiza raving all summer, so she hasn't managed to get it edited down. So some of the events Lesley mentions have already taken place. While some time has passed since our chat, the purpose of this podcast remains the same: to celebrate and showcase the incredible work happening right here in our neighbourhood. So sit back, relax, and let's hear from Lesley about the exciting plans and developments in the Hattersley Community Big Garden Project. And remember, even though some events may have passed, the passion and community spirit behind this project are still going strong. Say hello, Lesley.
Hello.
How's it going? You all right? Yeah.
It's going very well, thank you. A bit warm today.
It is a bit warm today. We sat in a building with a new roof.
Amazing
Roof, and there's work going on in progress, and I can smell the shavings of pine. And like I say, we're at Hattersley Community Big Garden Project. So tell us a bit about where I am, how does it all work?
Well, I'm one of the directors here, along with a few others, and we're all volunteers. I've been here for the last 3 years, but we took it over about 16 months ago. So work's really accelerated on the projects. So like I said, we've got a new roof now. This will be our fantastic new cafe shortly. And we will be hosting on a Saturday our Elderberries cafe, where it is free coffee and cake for the more senior residents on the estate and surrounding areas. And we're also very excited to start our own Seedlings cafe. So that's for the little ones on the estate as well. So this bit we're sat in now will be full of games, toys, soft play, so that we can encourage everybody from the estate and surrounding areas to come, join in together, have a nice time.
That sounds fantastic. And when does that event going to start?
Well, we're hoping the roof will be finished this week and then we can get all the new furniture in. So by the start of the school holidays, we're hoping everything will be ready, because we've got 4 sessions, 1 a week, for the children to come to. We've got a teddy bears picnic, sort of morning stroke afternoon. So they'll have all the crafting activities using the forest school, and then we're doing a picnic for them. We've got a summer bug ball, which is going to be supported by Tesco and Sonia at Tesco, and she's going to be bringing in things for the children to try to eat. We're going to model it on the Hungry Caterpillar book. So as the caterpillar eats its fruit, we'll be putting that out for the children to try. Again, crafting activities and lunch. We're going to do a what can you make with a box? So lots of cardboard boxes, loads of crafting things. Let's see what we can make: a castle, a den, a car. Again, with the lunch. And then we're going to have a fruit picking afternoon, so they can pick the fruits, and then we'll turn it into jams and chutneys.
So is that going to happen over the summer
That's happening over the summer holidays.
All right, so
yeah.
You've been planning.
I've been planning, yeah.
So tell us more about so who runs the Hattersley Community Big Garden Project? I mean, is it a community group?
It's run by volunteers.
Yeah.
We have the lovely Charmaine that's here on a Thursday and a Friday. So on a Thursday, it's anybody can turn up, volunteer, because as you can see, it's a massive site. It always needs something doing. There's always something to clear out of the way, sort out plants, grow. It's open on a Friday for the garden centre, because a lot of our plants we've grown from plugs, plug plants. They're really healthy. So any money we make then comes back in to here to provide the activities that we do for the children or for the grown-ups. We have forest school on a Monday, where some children that can't access education the same come. We have forest school on a Sunday with Manchester Bees Forest School, and we're in negotiations with a new school that's being built at the moment that want to use our site as well. Yeah, so we've got a lot going on. We've had the Arc of Hope here this week. They're doing the batik and tie-dye sessions here, because it is a big area. Yeah. You know, we can use it for different things.
So what are the main goals and objectives of the community garden, would you say?
I would say the main goals are to bring the community together, everybody, to work together to make it a more sustainable place. Obviously, I grow our own fruit and vegetables, and the aim for next year is to be able to offer that out then to residents. If we can get volunteers in growing, then we can get things grown, like tomatoes and the polytunnel will grow for fun, and squashes, courgettes, things like that. Then we can then say to the community, right, do you want to come and get some?
Right, yeah.
We work with Healthy Hyde, they come, and the community health champions, because Grenville made us some chutneys with the squashes that we gave him, right. And the gooseberries, they made all the jams and everything for us. We have our own beehives, so we've got our own honey. So it's just working with all the other people on the estate, yeah, and obviously on the surrounding areas, just to make it a better place to be for everybody.
No, that's great. I can see it anyway. People are bobbing around and coming in. I really wish you the best luck in achieving them. I hope we've got someone. Hello?
That's Tatiana, one of our lovely volunteers, who waters everything for me on a Saturday.
How do you think it has impacted on the local community? Do you see it? How do you see it? I mean, when I come to see you before, there was a lady talking about her daughter, and it was just nice to see that there is that kind of social interaction.
We try really hard. What the slogan we have for the Elderberries Cafe is a coffee, a cake and a friendly face. You don't have to pay anything. You just come in, somebody will sit and chat with you if you want to chat. Come and help us in the garden if you want to do that. It's easy, you know. Some people just want to come, have a coffee, sit down somewhere different, you know, and in a few weeks it will be amazing in here. And we've found over the last year, we did at Halloween and we had 40 families came. So they did all the crafts, they all got fed. Christmas we did, and we had 60 families. And again, they had the crafts. Dunelm gave us bags of joy, so they all got a toy. Asda gave us selection boxes. And then they came in here and we fed all the children. And then the same again at Easter. And every session we've had on like that, it's grown. More people are coming. Because I think more people know it's here now.
Right.
So, and that has a massive impact. I had a gentleman message saying, I've got 3 boys. It's cost me £9 for a full day of activities, and they've all gone home with 2 toys and they've been fed. You know, he said, I've got tears of joy.
Oh.
You know, he said, money's tight. You know, it has a massive impact.
Yeah, well, you can see that anyway when I was walking around. So what kind of plants and stuff have you managed to, I mean, you know, you was just talking about stuff. So
Yeah. What we started to do this year is to buy tiny plug plants, because obviously we've got the polytunnels, so we can grow them on ourselves. So obviously we buy them at cost, obviously from a wholesaler, and then we can sell them on here. And we haven't got garden centre prices because we haven't got garden centre overheads, and everything we've got is really healthy. And the money we make there then comes back in to fund things like the furniture that will go into this cafe when it's opened, and the activities, you know, all the crafting activities we've got on for the children. Everything we make comes straight back into here and is used in a really productive way. There's not a penny wasted.
So if you're listening, residents of Hattersley, Mottram, Longdendale or anywhere around the Hyde area, pop down to Hattersley Community Garden on a Saturday. Someone will be there and have a mooch. Anything you spend will go back into help growing this amazing community project. You've got this building here that we're in. This is going to be the cafe, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what else is there? You've got the polytunnels.
Got the polytunnels.
And that's a nice garden area, really, over there.
Sit there and have a relax in the garden. We've got a wildflower bed. We've got a forest school down at the end. We've got our composting areas and our bees. And then we've got our raised beds outside, which some of the schools use as well, coming in.
Right. So how can local residents get involved with the project? Are you looking for volunteers?
Desperately look for volunteers. It's such a big site for so many, you know, it takes a lot of looking after. And obviously the directors all work full time, so it's a job after work. We're down here strimming and trying to keep on top of it because it's a really big place. So any volunteers on a Thursday, come and see Charmaine. Just come and see us Thursday, Friday or Saturday. You know, we're open for you to come for an hour, do a bit of potting up, sweeping up, anything. We're happy.
So it's funny you should say Charmaine. I thought Charmaine was going to be here, but she's done a no-show on us.
Charmaine's not very well. Thanks, Charmaine.
Well, thanks, shout to Charmaine for setting this up, actually. I mean, you spoke about some of the challenges you face, but what are the main challenges? Maintaining and growing the community garden.
Yeah, the main challenge is maintaining the site and having the funding to do that. Like I said, everything we make goes back into it for the children, for the Elderberries Cafe. Obviously, just, you know, the general running costs, the insurance, the rent, everything that we pay every month. It's looking for funding. If there's any big funders out there, come and have a word with us, because we need it to continue. You know, we've worked miracles in the last 16 months and we want that to continue. So
do you have a crowdfunder or anything like that?
We don't have a crowdfunder, no.
Oh, well, that's a pity, because we could have done that. But if there's anyone out there who wants to support this amazing project in any way, look into the podcast description and we'll give you all the details. In fact, do you have any social media?
We do, yes.
What are you on?
We're on Facebook,
Right.
We've got 2 different accounts. So if people look on yours, I can give you our Facebook details.
Right, yeah. We'll put it in the podcast description, and you scroll down and there'll be a link there, listener.
I usually try and put on the plants we've got in so people can see them. I haven't done today, obviously, because I've been here, but...
All right, so you keep busy on it?
Yeah. We've got, I think we've got about 3,500 followers on it. So, yeah, Hattersley Projects Community Group is one of our Facebook pages, and the other one is Hattersley Projects.
Right, are you on Instagram?
We're on Instagram as well, yes, but I think we tend to get most of it through the Facebook pages.
Are you on TikTok?
No. Come on, I'm old. I can just about do Facebook.
Right, it's funny because we've got a podcast with PC Refurb who have been giving training on people to try and close the digital divide. This might be something they might be interested in.
Yeah.
In bringing someone, I think they're training people up to provide digital skills.
When this is finished, we'll be able to offer it to different people.
Right.
Before, it was so badly built that the roof was just leaking everywhere. It wasn't fit for purpose. Right. So when it's done properly, I think there's, the things we can do are unlimited, aren't they, really? Yeah.
It's a fantastic place, and I want to say, if you're going to have a proper cafe here then, are you going to open it?
It will be open on a Saturday, because obviously it's run by volunteers, and it's just like coffees and cakes and things like that. It's just going to be a nice social space for people to come to. It's got a really nice feel to it as well, just to come and sit and have a chill. Get a few plants. What we found before we put the new roof on, people would come buy a few plants and then come and sit in here, have a chat, which is really nice.
I can see the
vision.
the seeds are being planted. The seeds have been planted and it's growing. I can actually see that. Listeners, you might be able to hear the aircraft flying overhead. I'm not much of a plane spotter, but don't be alarmed.
Unfortunately, we're not on the flight path, though, for funding. We're just outside of it.
Correct.
Be out of it by about 3 inches, I think.
Yeah. So you've got quite a lot of upcoming events coming on.
We have.
I mean, when people listen to this, some of the events may have passed, but you can get a good idea of what the kind of things...
Yeah, and if they follow our Facebook page, we're going to put them on there. In September, we do a Macmillan cake sale. We did that last year. We made lots of hanging baskets and we sold those, and we I think it was £6 and £1 of it went to Macmillan. Wow. We had a cake sale and we got over £200 just on the Saturday morning.
Wow.
So, we try and help others as well as helping ourselves.
So do you have any partnerships or collaborations with other schools and other organisations?
Well, Onward are very good to us.
I know you've already said
Healthy Hyde. They come. 3 of us that are here now are all teachers at Pinfold. So it's nice to see the children from school coming. Yeah. It's really nice. And it's nice for them to see us in a different, form, so to speak. We want to get more community groups involved and more schools involved coming down to see us. Like I said, we are in negotiations with a school that's being built at the moment for them to come and use a forest school.
Right, that'd be fantastic.
So, yeah, and that's what we want to develop. We're in, and this obviously might not be happening when this goes out, but we're in Tesco Stronger Starts at the moment at Tesco. So get your blue tokens in.
Right, yeah, so get your blue tokens in for Hattersley Community Big Garden Project.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Onward, so you get a lot of support from Onward.
Sam's very good from Onward.
Who's Sam Powers? Award-winning Sam Powers, apparently. I don't know what award she's won. I think she's made it up herself. Anyway, only joking, Sam Powers.
Yeah, don't mean that, Sam.
So what are your future dreams for the Hattersley Garden Project?
It's just to keep it growing. Yeah. Get this finished off here, so we've got a really function space that we can then offer out to different things in the community. It can be open longer. If we get the volunteers in, we can open it out to different people to come in. Get the polytunnels covered. That's our next big expense, because as you can see, the ripping and the leaking. So get the polytunnels covered again. Keep the maintenance of the site. So the big money needs to come into the cafe now to get this done, finished off, then start on the polytunnels. And then I think it'll look different again then. Yeah. So if anybody out there can cut down any willow trees, we'd be very grateful, because they're a bit too big for us to manage now.
Right, yeah.
You see, it's a willow arch, and it's a fantastic arch, but it's grown above the polytunnel, and we need to cut it down before we can put new plastic on, because there's no point in putting plastic on if that's there, because it'll just rip through it again.
Is there any other needs and things that you might need? Anything else, donations or anything like that?
We're good for donations. We have some really nice community members. Like I said, Tesco have been fab this year, and so have Asda in Hyde. If we need anything, and also Paula from the One Stop, she came up at Easter and then has been up again to sort of see us, and I said, anything you need, let me know. So, which is great because they're all on the community. Right. So it's just sort of bringing it all together. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just funding we need now to get money to get jobs done. Because I can imagine it costs a lot of money to do a polytunnel. About 4,000. Wow. So if there's any polytunnel companies who want to come and do it for free, or anything like that, if anyone wants to email or get in touch with you, do you know your email address or anything like that? It is admin@hattersleyprojects.org. Well, listen, Lesley, thanks for having me in. You're very welcome. Today. Come again in 3 weeks and see how different it looks. I think that'd be a good idea, and maybe we could do a podcast from one of your events. Yeah. Thanks, Lesley, for coming in. You're very welcome. Nice to see you. If you're a community group or you work in Hattersley and you might have a story to tell, get in touch with Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Thank you. Thank you for listening to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media for updates. Just type in Hats, Chats and Giggles and you should be able to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Please follow, comment, subscribe to all our media channels. Do it now, else we're going to rush your doors and we're going to tickle you to death. And don't forget, if you're the local community group or business and like to come on the show and tell us what you've been up to, don't hesitate to get in touch. Or maybe you're a local resident with a story to share, a bee in your bonnet, or beef to get off your chest. Drop us a voice note on 07365 223 720. That's 07365 223 720. Until next time, folks, hate less, love more, make peace, not war, and tell your grandma thanks for the rabbits. Turn on, tune in, and rip the knob off to Hats, Chats and Giggles podcast. Peace.